I mean, in the house.
Do I need to roll my sleeves though?
No.
You're good.
Please, though. Don't fight with us here.
No, not to fight. Just to get. You don't want to get down to the job. Like when you want to do a serious job, you like for just. Not to fight, nah. We don't bring fight. Come on, come in the house.
We have to be scared.
No. It stops in the house. It wasn't even real fight.
I mean, what was happening in the house? You were. It seemed like you were always mad at someone or something.
Yeah.
It was just every time. What happened, Lucy? What happened? What was it? What was going on?
It's the energy. It's like now you're smiling at me. I can't frown at you. Do you get? So like here, look at him now. He's frowning. My smile is dim. It's getting dim.
No.
So it's just 100.
I'm getting the business.
It's just 100. You smile at me, I'm gonna smile back.
Okay.
You frown at me, I'm gonna frown back.
No.
It's just the energy. It's like a mirror. It's just like a mirror.
The energy here is really good. Trust me.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just waiting to ask you a question. That's it.
And she's like, so I look at her. I go, when I come.
I'm good, Lucy. We're good.
So you think you just got lots of negative energy? Is that what you
feel
thought?
like you can feel these things that are right there with you. You can feel them.
You didn't think that you were making it up in your mind, like maybe these people didn't really like
the whole time.
Maybe they were not that against you. You don't think so? I'm just asking a question.
Lucy, we watched the show for
exactly
a lot of weeks.
From outside. You're inside.
We don't exactly have any justification, or the only thing is we watch the show like everybody else, right? And everybody have their own perception or opinion about anyone. Now, I mean, we could come from an angle that you were very misunderstood. It's not like you probably didn't want to put in your own opinion or give stuff. Now, the only thing is, do you think that sometimes you get a lot upset when you give an idea and it's not taken in?
I wasn't upset about the fact that it wasn't taken. It was more of, it was a constant thing.
Okay.
A constant undermining.
Okay.
I feel like that's what it was. So, but I learned to move on from it. Like, I just let it go. But most people felt that I still held on to that. And I'm like, no. So every time I was more of defending that I am not mad that you guys did not take this idea. So I had to keep defending myself. I am not mad that you did not take the idea.
Okay.
And you know, the more somebody tells you calm down, the more you will be on calm.
So, okay, you're not the kind of person that get in the fight and tell you, oh, yeah, stop. You don't want to. I mean, it's always like everybody have to have the same balance. You feel everybody should. I mean, I could give my own opinion. You give yours. Why you always. But now, the outburst with Nengi, right? I think that was one of the most fiery fights you guys had. I mean, with anybody you had a fight with. I mean, you said some stuff about Nengi, and honestly, is it like, did he come from a place of, having something against someone because there was some really personal stuff you spoke about?
No, it was just in response to what she was saying. If she didn't say anything.
So what exactly happened in the bathroom that we didn't see?
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, okay. Maybe that's where the issue is. I just went to use the restroom and I was ranting on my own.
What were you saying? What did you say?
I was like that every time Dorothy gets in a fight with this guy, it wasn't even about her. I'm like, this girl gets stood up every time on the show. Like, he should just stop it. And she knocks on the door and is like, what was I? Is it that she hopes I'm not talking about her? I'm like, the last time I had something to say, I said it to your face. So why do you feel that if I had anything to say now, I would not come to you and say it? And she walks away and says she hopes so. And then also comes to hold me thinking I'm the one. And that's when I flared up. I wasn't even angry at her anymore. It was also, I was feeling like, why do you think I'm the one that started the trouble? Because I'm usually the shouty one. And he's like, no, it's coming from the place of HOH. I'm like...
Okay.
I mean, towards it was last week? Dora also, I mean, had a go and Prince had a go. How did that make you feel, seeing as those are the people that are normally like in your corner, especially Dora? Like, are you guys not friends?
It looks like people are always in your corner though when you're in the house. They show you that they're in your corner, or I don't know. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like I don't even know anything, so I just give up. This just 2 days now. I don't know. I've given up.
Are you going to stop being friends with Dorothy?
Until she comes out, if she decides to be friends.
Since you've left. Did you speak after the fight?
We spoke at each other, but not to each other.
Why though? Like, what do you think the issue is for you with her?
Well, there's no issue. I was just trying to avoid trouble.
So do you think that the way she spoke to you, do you not think that it was out of love? Like, she was just telling you, like, don't take it too personally. Sometimes if they don't take your feedback, it's not that deep.
If you love me, why do you make side comments about issues that I have?
So so you think she doesn't love you. You don't
I mean,
think it's
why?
real.
The whole time, like even Nengi doesn't do that, and she was. Everybody says she was the one I had the most issues with. At the end of the day, she was even the one who came forward to hug me when I was leaving the house. So how come nobody is seeing that we went past that? So we went past that, and Dora and I was a different issue entirely. It's something she had done over and over and over. So it's not something I just sit down and flare up. I always say that I give people 3 chances. You do it the first time, I will ignore.
Wow.
You do the second time, I will ignore. The third time is not going to go.
So you don't think it's not that, I mean, compared to Katrina, like if you had an issue, Katrina would be like, look, where are the people? We're going to shoot them. Let's do it. Ride or die. Do you think that you needed that same energy from Dora? Yes.
But I was all ride or die for all these people.
I mean, but because you didn't get that energy back, is that why you probably think her love is not genuine?
No, she's not the type that will ride or die. She was sitting on the fence the whole time. Herself and Prince, they've been on the fence the whole time, and I knew that, and I had accepted it.
You were okay with that?
I accepted it because that's who they were. So I'd accepted. The only issue I had was the side comment thing. I'd had enough of it. I didn't want none of that again.
Do you feel like you were giving a lot to everyone in that house and you were not getting anything back? So why didn't you just stop? Like you
give back. I didn't want them to give back. I just wanted them to pick up their slack. That was all. Don't make it more work for me.
Okay. Who was your best head of house?
If I say me now, it will be as if it's something else.
You can say you. That's what you want.
I think I was the best because I brought change to the house.
Okay.
I brought change to the house, and I set a standard for everyone else that came.
Even the fact that you got lost your wager? Your regime
that
lost your
one
wager.
pissed me off, that wager thing. But it apparently was the behavior of the whole week. It wasn't just the wager.
Okay.
Yeah, so at that point, none of us knew what we were doing wrong or doing right. So all the fights and everything, that was what, or the people's attitude in the house, that was what
so
was
you were
also
the best,
judged
right?
on.
You consider yourself the best housemate.
Yes. So if you're judging from winning wager, I would probably not qualify as the best. But if it was someone that got things done around the house, I would say I was the best.
So who was the worst head of house to you?
Everybody puts their job, that work in it. So I wouldn't say anybody was worse.
But you're famous for saying your mind, girl. Just say it.
Say it. I mean,
just say it.
Who was the list you got along with? Because let me put it.
I go along with everyone. I try to make everybody's tenure work.
Okay, but you weren't happy about a statement, Kid. I mean, Kid's way of Kid Wire.
No, he made a statement. It was just a statement I was angry about. Even he walked up to me and was like, okay, Lucy, you're really good with games, so I need you to handle the games aspect of it, while Tolani Badge walks side by side with him for one thing. And I'm like, fine,
so
we
why did you want to
agreed.
be in their team?
What team?
Why didn't
this
you
was
want to
later now, after I found out that Ebuka said they didn't want to be in my team with me.
Okay, so
it wasn't me.
Okay. Because the fight with you and Prince said that you didn't want to be in their team when they said they picked you to be in
It wasn't
Kid
myself and Prince. This whole thing is mixed up, if that's the case.
Let me break this down. There's a time they said there was a fight with you and Prince when they picked teams and you were on Kid Wire's team. And you said you didn't want to be on that team, right?
Kid Wire, yeah, because
Why?
he had already said he didn't want to work with me.
Okay.
His happened before mine. Good. So I was doing them a favor. It was just logic. You guys don't want to work with me. You know you don't want to work with me. Let me just help you remove myself from the equation.
Good.
I don't know why it became a problem.
Yeah, but that's why it's nice we have interviews like this so you can clear
everything out. Yeah.
The thing is, we have media rounds are very easy. Everybody sees it as, we all get along. We shake hands. We're friends. We hug. We're fine.
It's
just
fun,
fun.
girl.
And you're the superstar now, right? So
no, because I bring out my own clothes. So we have to go.
We know that. We know that.
But that's why.
I feel like
that's why you have the chance right now. There's nobody in the room. There's no houseman in the room. It's you on the microphone.
So you can
clear yourself and say things the way
like
they are.
if they were here, they would argue on this matter with me still. But then again, this is past, so I'm glad.
And that's why you have the chance to say it now. You're cool.
No, it wasn't that. It was none of that. It's just I was trying to do a favor for the whole house. We don't work well together in tasks like this, like drama.
Okay.
Myself, if it was sports, I would grab Kid Wire. Because he's really good in sports related things, but this is drama. It will not work. And I already told them, I'm like, see, this time I don't want to be there when people fail it. I already said that because the combination only Erica.
Who do you think is going to win?
Tricky T. I hope Tricky T wins.
You hope he wins.
I hope. Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Erica's disqualification and all the stuff that happened?
I feel terrible. I was shocked the whole time throughout. I was just surprised. Like it grew. The surprise kept growing for me. I'm like, I told her when she got the second strike, I was like, babe, if I were in your shoes and I got 2 strike, I would kneel down and greet everybody in the house every morning. We all laughed about it. We all made jokes about getting strikes. Yeah, you heard us saying stuff like, you'll be going to your house. So I was surprised that she still went out and disobeyed a rule. I say fly. I will not say pin, if that's what it takes. But I feel really bad though.
So why do you think things got out of hand for her personally? Do you think like she was
maybe I feel she had other things she was dealing with. That's just it. I don't know what it is, but I think maybe emotional stress, just the stress of the house. Because she too said she was happy to be out of the house. I watched that video. She said she was also happy to be. You would be happy. Everybody will say that they are happy to be out of the house.
How emotionally tasking is it to be in the house? Because I mean, you cried a few times. You cried a few. I mean, you cried.
You cried a lot.
Just say it a lot. I knew he was a lot. It was.
Yeah.
This is how it felt on my heart every single time. Like that's how.
And dealing